Hey everybody! So the LA Kings and the Leafs made a trade yesterday. I did put out a video, but I didn't really have all the information, and I don't think I did a great job of explaining anything. So I'm going to go over it again here today. I'm going to talk about Shea Weber's injury. Um, the Habs have recalled a couple of players, Jonathan Drouin news, and some Jesperi Kotkaniemi news, and that's all right here at Talking Habs, the home of Habs hockey, where everything is dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. Okay, so if you want to see videos like this, just subscribe and ring the notifications bell. That's down there, and that'll get you your daily fix of these kind of videos. And I usually say blue, blanc, rouge, but if you're not a necessarily Habs fan watching this for the Leafs trade, you might still want to subscribe and see. I do other kinds of videos too. So, okay, so enough babbling about that. While you're on the way down there doing what I'm just babbling about, give a thumbs up if you like the video, and leave me any comments in the comment section about this Leafs trade, about the other things I'm going to be talking about, and that's in the comment section. I do read all my comments. Okay, so this happened last night, I think, after the Leafs got beat by the Rangers 5-3. They acquired goalie Jack Campbell and forward Kyle Clifford from the LA Kings in exchange for forward Trevor Moore and a third round in 2020, and then a conditional third round in 2021. And the conditional can change to a second round in 2021 if they either sign Clifford because he's a UFA next season, or Jack Campbell wins 6 games. That's what I heard. Campbell is signed still for 2 more seasons, and I heard it's at 1.85 million, so he's not expensive. And I believe that LA is retaining 50% of his salary. So that's why the Leafs were able to afford to make this trade, because they can't really afford, they're up against the cap, and they couldn't really go out and afford to pick up somebody. So they needed somebody to retain some of the salary, and that's what the Kings did. So Campbell is 8-10-2 this year with a 285 goals against and a 900 save percentage. That's not too bad considering the team he's playing for. Apparently he's been pretty solid, but the record, I mean, that reflects a lot about the team that's in front of him. So it's probably a pretty decent deal for the Leafs. The Leafs needed a goalie right now because Frederick Anderson was injured on Monday, neck injury. He's out day to day, but the fear is that it might be longer than that. And besides, Campbell's a better goalie than Michael Hutchinson. So even if Anderson's back in a few days, he's still an upgrade on Hutchinson. Plus, I heard he will be the goalie that they expose to the Seattle expansion draft. So that's I guess a lot to do with why they made the trade, but definitely because they figured make the trade now, or what, it's going to be harder to get a goalie if they need one, getting closer to the deadline, I would think. So they pulled the trigger now. They also picked up Kyle Clifford, who's a gritty player, definitely a bottom 6 guy, but he gives them some grit that they lost. I don't know the name of the other 2 players, but definitely when Kadri was traded away. So they lost a lot of that grit. So they're easier to push around, and they probably finally realized that they needed that, and they reached out for Clifford. So a guy that I thought was basically just a throw in the deal is probably not. It's a guy they probably will sign and keep going forward for that grittiness and be obviously a bottom 6 player. Okay, so moving on from that, I just wanted to explain it a little better. I didn't know a lot of the what was going on with that trade when I made my video yesterday, but it makes a lot more sense now that I've heard a little bit more. And I also got it wrong. I thought Campbell was also a UFA, but he is signed for 2 more years at a pretty decent cap hit of 1.85. Excuse me. So I think it was a decent deal for the Leafs. As much as a Habs fan, I don't want to say that, but it looks like that was a good deal. They upgrade their goaltender situation. They get some gritty. They get a guy with sandpaper, as Pierre McGuire likes to say, and yeah, I think it was a good deal for them. They gave up Trevor Moore, who's basically a bottom 6 player, potentially a third liner, and 2 draft picks. One they got from the Blue Jackets, so the 2020 draft pick had been acquired from the Blue Jackets. Okay, so let's move on to the Habs. Shea Weber is out with a lower body injury. Apparently, that happened when he blocked a Wayne Simons shot. I don't remember when in the game. And so people were saying that he was at fault for a couple of the goals against, and he didn't have a great game. Maybe that's why, because he was injured. And he'll be out at least a week, they say. He's got some kind of swelling problem around wherever he got hit, and they want to keep an eye on it, and he's going to be out at least a week, and we'll see. We'll see from there. So that isn't great news going forward. The longer Shea Weber is out, the less chance we have to make the playoffs. That's quite honest, to be honest. They've called up Xavier Ouellet, who's the captain of the Laval Rocket. I don't have his numbers. I apologize for that. And they also called up Jake Evans, because the Tatar and Paling, so Thomas Tatar and Ryan Paling, are questionable for tonight with the flu. Victor Mete might be back tonight from the flu, and I didn't hear anything about Carey Price. I had only heard he was going to play, but I don't know if that's in the air right now. Jordan Wheel is definitely out, and I think that's it with the flu, but the Habs are really hurting from that flu. And believe me, there's going to be guys that are playing that are affected by the flu because it just hasn't come out fully. But that's probably what's going to be like. So Evans has an interesting record. I'm hoping he's going to score the first goal tonight. He has 9 goals, 15 assists, 24 points in his last 24 games. And he has 12 goals, 22 assists, 34 points overall for the season. And that's in 48 games. So he's gotten pretty hot. He had a slow start to the season. He's gotten pretty hot. Maybe he's got heart too. He's a 7th round draft pick from, I don't remember what draft. And I'd like to see him come up and do something and have some success. So I'm calling for him in my preview to score the first goal for the Habs for the game. Jonathan Drouin, who is skating with the team and lining up in practice, seems like he will be ready for Saturday's game against the Leafs. So Drouin should be ready for Saturday's game against the Leafs. And I heard if it's not Saturday, it will be Monday. I don't remember who we're playing Monday, but it looks like he will be ready for in the next game or two. I don't really expect to see that by surprise he'll be back tonight's game, but hey, you never know. But Drouin will be back soon. So as the team gets healthy, and then Weber gets injured and we're not healthy. So we'll see how that works out. Kind of bad timing. On the Jesperi Kotkaniemi front, he is playing for the Laval Rocket. He lined up on the first line with Charles Hudon. I don't know who was on the other wing, but together they had 3 points each. Kotkaniemi had 3 assists. Confusion in only that I heard he had 3 assists on 3 Hudon goals, but then I saw the breakdown of the game, and I saw that Hudon had 2 goals and 1 assist, so he didn't score 3 goals according to that. So I don't know where the other assist came from, but that doesn't matter. Apparently his passing was really crisp, cross ice, all kinds of nice passes, looking really comfortable, having fun, feeling, I think, more at home in the AHL. Let him develop there for the rest of the season. I think it's going to make a huge difference. Joel Bouchard quoted as saying he's working very closely with him. He's working with high expectations of him. He is like he's telling him, I have high expectations for you. I'm going to make you do hard things. So he's working very closely to develop him and get him ready for next season, from what the sounds of it to me are. So that's it. That's the news and notes. It's the trade deadline, so I'll be bringing you more of this kind of stuff as the deadline approaches, and then doing all, whatever trades happen, I'll be covering. So there you go. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, give a thumbs up. And while you're on the way down there, subscribe and ring the notifications bell, and that'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge and some NHL videos. And also leave any comments in the comment section about any of the stuff I just covered here in this video. And I do read all my comments. And that's it. Thanks, everybody, for watching the video, and peace out, y'all.